It's now time for the morning show on XL7-TV.
Good morning. Welcome to the morning show on XL7-TV. I'm Bob Rectenwald. This is Scooter.
Whoop, whoop.
Scott Callies. How are you, sir?
I'm doing all right.
Have a good weekend?
I did a little traveling. Had to end up going back to Fayetteville, but it's always good to see my daughter. So
Check on things in Fayetteville?
Yes.
Everything checked out okay?
Yeah, they were going out of town, so they were needing a ride to the airport and haul their dog back over here. So
Needing to take the dog to the doggy sitter?
there you go.
Grand dogs is what they're called when
Grand
you don't have
dogs,
grandchildren.
yeah. Just like kids.
So you shared it with the other set of grandparents, I take it?
I dropped it off over there, and they've got them for the week. So
Well, that'll be good. It takes a special kind of grandparent to go pick up a dog and 3 hours away. And
It does. It does.
But that's okay.
You do what you got to do. You do.
Have you enjoyed the rain that we've had the last couple of days?
We needed it. We needed it bad.
You know,
Got a feeling we may actually have some grass start growing a little bit.
well,
after
you know, I'm
this.
just going to say, being colorblind, I can only go by the shades that they change, you know, but I can see a huge change in what it was a week ago and what it is today. And I can't tell you what color it is, but I can tell you it's changed.
With all that rain, you get a little sun on it, and it's going to be sprouting right back up.
Yeah, in the 90s this week, it's going to be,
Yeah.
what am I going to go to next?
Yep. Everybody's going to want mowed at the same time.
Yep, that's for sure. Let's go give some thanks to the Lord this morning. The morning prayer is brought to you by Roller Funeral Home of Arkansas. With all our respect, it's not just a motto, it's the way they do business. Renata Jenkins-Byler and her staff do a great job all across the state of Arkansas with 29 locations to serve you and one in Memphis, Tennessee. And now the morning prayer. Father God, we just thank you for the rain that you've given us and the cooler temperatures and just the amazement of the wildlife that is walking freely around right now, enjoying the cooler weather and eating the greener grass. And it's great to see life as it cycles through, and the new fawns, the baby fawns that are walking the neighborhood out by us. Daily we see them, and the number of deer that are in the backfield. Lord, it's just you that created this, and it's not a man-made thing, it's just a God thing. And we thank you, and we appreciate all that you do for us and keep us safe. Lord, the travel that we always pray for, the travelers that are going home, the ones that are still coming here, give them safe travel. As Caitlin and her husband travel on this week, be with them, give them travel mercies, bring them home safely. And let them enjoy their time, but bring them home safely. It's in Jesus Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Roller Funeral Home of Arkansas. If you don't know where they're located, take a trip up Highway 5 North here in Mountain Home. Go past Hospital Drive. Start looking to your right. Look for the biggest American flag you've probably ever seen. Pull in their driveway and go talk to them about pre-planning. Pre-planning is a very important part of life. Everybody should get that done and taken care of because your loved ones don't know how you want to go out. That's pretty much how that works.
That's true. You don't want your loved ones through a really bad time having to make those decisions that you should have made.
Yeah, you can make them while you're still alive, and when you pass, and everybody's going to pass one day or another. Have it all laid out for them. Don't let them go through. They're going to be stressed out enough and have to cope and deal without you being here. But go take care of that by pre-planning at Roller Funeral Home, Highway 5 North in Mountain Home. We'll be back in just a moment after a word from the Z Team.
Ever been in a cave before?
It's our first time.
All right.
Where are you going?
I'll see you at the car!
How will we?
The car! Your offer has been accepted. Ever bought a house before?
It's our first time.
All right.
Where are you going?
I'll see you at the closing.
But how will we?
The closing!
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. It's time to take a look at the White River, brought to you by Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z Team of Century 21 Realty here in Mountain Home. 870-405-0793 is their phone number. retiredarkansas.net is their website. If you want to take a look at this picture when it's not near as foggy or cloud covered, that's really not fog, it's just cloud cover, isn't it?
No, I'd say
Mixture?
it's got a mixture. You look at the zoom in camera, yeah, there's a lot of something.
A lot of something going on there. You can have these pictures clear later on in the day because they will clear up. This is Cotter, Arkansas from Marion County, Arkansas, back into Baxter County, Arkansas. Normally on a clear day, you can see the baseball field, the Railroad Museum, the Rainbow Bridge to your left, Witch's Tower, Witch's Water Tower to your right at 1 o'clock, and way off in the distance is the state of Missouri. Can't see that very well this morning, but it's there. Trust me, it hadn't moved.
This one zoom in picture you can see okay.
This is my favorite
kinda
picture.
cutting through.
As you can tell, the generation is down today compared to what it's been in days past, and exactly for the last whole month of July, they were running 8. Today they are not, but that's a great picture when the fog is off of it. You can go to retiredarkansas.net, go check out live view cams on that site. 10 or 15 different views of that scooter. Is that what it is?
Yeah, there's multiple views of it, and it switches about every 10-15 seconds.
I haven't been able to go watch them all, but I'm starting to catch a couple every other day or so, and it's just a great shot from Bob and Linda Zadora of the Z Team. If you have real estate needs in our area, give them a call, 870-405-0793. Realtors you would recommend to a friend. I always say they're busy, but never too busy to meet someone new and help them with their real estate needs. Now, the weather. Temperatures around the area: Mountain Home 71, Harrison 74, Batesville 76, Yellville 71, Marshall 73, Salem, Arkansas is 73, Mountain View 73, Calico Rock 71, West Plains 73, Springfield, Missouri is 72, Poplar Bluff, Missouri is 74, and St. Louis, Missouri is 75. Zoom this out here. As you can see, there's been some showers go across the U.S. We don't have anything here in our area at the moment. Pretty light rain going through Mississippi, Alabama, coming across from Oklahoma. A little heavier rain going from Illinois into Indianapolis, or headed toward Indianapolis, Indiana. The radar's trying to catch up with us now. And there we go. We'll zoom back into Arkansas. Looks like there's a concentrated group of showers down on Highway 65. That'd be Conway, Valonia, north of Conway. Some stuff going across the state in the lower side. Nothing too heavy. And let's take a look at the potential wind. Nothing around us. Nashville, Knoxville, Charleston, Cincinnati, Columbus, Lexington, Evansville. Going to have some heavy duty winds there, down as far as St. Louis, up as high as Detroit, Michigan. So lots of wind in those areas, but nothing here to worry about. Heat advisory is still going on in northeast Arkansas, most of Missouri, half of Kansas, half of Nebraska, half of Iowa. It's one of them half advisories. 7-day forecast. Today, sunny, high of 95, low tonight 72. Tomorrow, hot, 97. There must be the breakover. 96 must be the breakover from just sunny and hot.
Yeah. Wondering where that break was.
That's got to be it. Tuesday night, mostly clear, 73. Wednesday, hot, 97. Wednesday night, partly cloudy, slight chance of thunderstorms, 73 degrees. Thursday during the day, chance of thunderstorms about 50%, high of 90. Thursday night, 30% chance of thunderstorms, low of 72. And Friday, 40% chance of thunderstorms, high of 92. Thursday night, it's going to be a little bit windier, low of 72 degrees. Friday, 40% chance of showers, and high of 92. Low 72 for Friday night. Saturday during the day is going to be sunny, high near 94. Low of 73, and next Sunday, 94. Pollen. There's no pollen today.
None?
No tree pollen. No tree pollen, none today. None tomorrow, none on Wednesday. Grass pollen, moderate today, moderate tomorrow, moderate Wednesday. Ragweed is low today, none on Thursday, none on Wednesday.
Liable to change tomorrow.
Liable to change by noon today. As things start drying up, I bet the pollen count comes up. Norfolk lake level, 560.81. 8.8 feet above full pool of 552. They are generating none this morning, 0 at Lake Norfolk. Bull Shoals. Bull Shoals lake level is 668.03. 9.03 feet above full pool of 659, and they are only generating 1, which has a lot to do with the water downstream, plus the fact that they've been generating hard and heavy for the last 30 days plus, and I imagine it's time to do some maintenance. Don't you reckon?
It could be.
If you'd like to check out the generation report for yourself, give them a call at 870-431-5311. And remember that the report that you get is not to be considered safe water navigation. Just check it out. Give them a call. The numbers can change periodically throughout the day. If you hear that loud horn coming down river, that means water's coming right behind it.
That means run.
Means run. Paddle fast. That's the weather and all the updates for you. Brought to you by Bob and Linda Zadora, 870-405-0793. retiredarkansas.net. You're watching The Morning Show on XL7-TV. We'll be back in just a moment.
It's a matter of taste, and at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home, delicious taste is all you will find. Enjoy signature crafted pizzas and appetizers, as well as oven-baked sandwiches, quesadillas, salads, pastas, and desserts. When it comes time to relax or meet up with friends, Brick Oven Pizza has you covered. Handmade cocktails and ice-cold beer are always available at their fully stocked bar. No time to dine in? No problem. Call in your order and use Brick Oven's convenient drive-thru window for all your to-go orders. It's a matter of taste at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home.
Have you ever?
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. Let's take a look at what kind of things are going on around the area, if anything. Had the Baxter County Baby Contest and Miss Baxter County Fair Pageant. The winners have been announced. We're not going to go through them all, but we'll hit some of them if they're not too many. Well, there's a whole bunch of them, Scooter. There is a whole bunch of them. Wow. Amazing. The Baxter County Fair is coming up a little bit earlier this year than normal. I believe it's the third or fourth weekend in August. We'll have better dates on that, and we'll get those to you. We're going to just tell you the classifications that were announced and try to get a brief hit of names. But there's a baby miss, which is 0 newborn to 12 months on the girl side. Baby Mr. division, same age group. Wee Miss, which is 13 months to 24 months. They have a boys and girls division there. Toddler Miss division, Mr. Miss divisions are 25 months to 35 months. And then there's a tiny tot from 3 years old to 4 years old for the boys and the girls. Then there's a tiny miss, which is 5 and 6 year olds. A petite miss, which is 7 and 8. A little Miss Baxter County, which is 9 and 10. Princess Miss Baxter County, which is 11 and 12. Junior Fair Queen, which is 13 to 15. And the Miss Baxter County Fair Queen is 16 to 23. We will tell you that the winner of the Junior Fair Queen division, the 13 to 15, was Rachel Hauk, the daughter of Ron and Brooke Hauk. And the Miss Baxter County Fair Queen, ages 16 to 23, is Haley Sizell, the daughter of Tom and Leanne Sizell. Congratulations to them young ladies. And to the young men and ladies that won all the other divisions. There's just way too many to go through them all. But that's a fun time had by the parents and the youngsters. Have you ever been to one of those, Scooter?
I have. I have before. Yeah.
I think the parents enjoy it a whole lot more than the kids do. I think the kids tolerate it, and then because some of them get pretty cranky.
Some of them do.
Gets a little.
Some of them like to be pampered for the day, though.
They like to be pampered for the day. There's the local native former commissioner Bobby Hopper has passed away. He's from the Highway Commission, which is the Shed Hopper bypass is named after. He was born in Cotter. He will be missed. He served on the Highway Commission a long time, 1983 all the way through 1999, and a good guy. If you didn't know him, you missed out on a good one. So it's a little bit of what the community news is going on at 7:15.
I do want to mention one thing. The Mountain Home Fire Department versus the Mountain Home Police Department, the charity ragball game they had over the weekend was a success.
It was.
They officially raised $4,226.81 to the charities.
Double what their goal was.
And their charities was the Robertson Medical Fund and the Baxter County Grandma's House. So.
And we will also mention that the police department, even after all the ribbon that Tommy Felicia gave them on Friday, police department pulled it out.
Oh, did they? I didn't know who won it. I just knew what they raised.
After 9 innings.
Oh, man. That was close.
Close game. And congratulations to both departments, and thank you very much for doing that for the community. It was a great community turnout. We drove by there Saturday night coming back home, and they were parked at Hackler. The complex was full. They were parking on both sides of the street. It was a great time, I'm sure, but I know the crowd was really great for it. And thank you to Tommy Felicia and Jared Medina for putting that together. The City of Mountain Home and the high school department, athletic department, working together to get that done. And now we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with the Table Community Church. We're going to talk about a back-to-school gathering they're going to have. Be back in just a minute.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detailed services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
At Connor Family Funeral Home, our goal is to provide our friends and neighbors with caring, compassionate services at an affordable price. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that offers a wide range of services to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area and provide many options to memorialize your loved ones and address all the details for a more personalized service. Where compassion and affordability meet, Connor Family Funeral Home in Mountain Home.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon and Resort, your pet is cared for just as they would be at home. 201 Pet Salon and Resort is the only all-suite climate-controlled and air-filtered boarding facility in the area with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. 201 also offers professional grooming services. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home.
Are you looking for the best barbecue in 2 states?
Holy smokes!
Want the meatiest fall-off-the-bone ribs?
Holy smokes!
The most tender and delicious pulled pork?
Holy smokes!
The tastiest brisket in the Ozarks?
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering is the only place you need to go. Dine in, carry out, and the best food for your next catered event.
Holy smokes!
We're your mountain home for great barbecue cooking.
Holy smokes!
A higher calling for your taste buds.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. This morning, my guests are Phillip Gomez and Clay Patterson from the Table Community Church, and they have an event that they want to share with the community, so we just thought we'd have them on and we're going to talk about it. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thanks.
That's you two?
Yeah.
There you go.
Good. Thanks for having us.
You can't be bashful. You can. I'm talking
I'm
to
not
you.
You talking to me?
No,
I'm not
talking
bashful.
No, you've been on here plenty of times. I'm talking to Phillip.
No, I'm not. Hey, man, I've been here a few times, but behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah, watching the
kids. The youngsters.
Yeah.
Do the morning prayer for the Christian school.
I was made for TV, man.
Made for TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got the face for radio.
Same here, really.
I've got the voice for tin can and the face for radio.
I mean, people are watching this. I didn't. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
No, I watched you last night. I watched your video from your Sunday church service, and it was good. I liked that. It was pretty neat. The send-off that you gave to the Patterson kids going back to college, and mentioned all the kids, in fact, that are leaving to go to college, because this is the week. I mean, a lot of them have to go and report early, especially if they're athletes. They're going on to play football or any kind of a fall sport. They're headed to their new home, and that home is going to be there for the next 4 years. But locally, it's the clock is ticking down for going back to high school and grade school and kindergarten and everything in between. And your church has decided to put on a bash. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, we really wanted to find a way to do something for the community to just say thank you. I mean, we're so grateful. We live in a great place. You guys know that. This is a beautiful area to grow up in. I grew up here and graduated high school here. And
what year?
95.
95.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, we love the area and wanted to do something just to say thanks to the community and also let people know about what we're about at our church and have a good time, give away some prizes and just have a party. So, go back to school and enjoy the year and have a hamburger and a hot dog on us, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did the name The Table come from?
I'm gonna let Clay answer that.
It's interesting when we were praying about that. It wasn't me, right? We were looking for a pastor at the time, and we were.
But did you already have a church?
The church was there, and there was a pastor that resigned.
Okay.
And there was a couple of elder teams still in place, and so we were searching for a pastor, but also looking to change the name, change the atmosphere, kind of a new start type deal. And my wife was praying about that, about maybe a new name. One of the other elders' wives was praying about that. And, the Lord I can't remember if gave my wife a name, and then she called the other elder's wife and was like, hey, this might be crazy, but I think this is supposed to be the name. And she's like, that's the name that came to me too, and I was hoping that he'd show it to you. So they both had the name kind of given to them when they brought it to us. We really felt like it was, that was what we were supposed to do, and it really originates out of Scripture. When Jesus reclined at the table, there's so much that goes into that name as far as the table, because the Scripture tells us that he prepares a table before our enemies, and so that's kind of the atmosphere we want to present. Is there's always a seat at the table for everybody, regardless of your background, what you've done in your past, what you believe. There's always a seat at the table. So that's kind of where that name originated from.
Where is the Table Community Church located at?
Over near the lab. We're sandwiched in between 3 other churches, I think, and it's I guess really formally as a table, it's been around about a year and 2 years.
Yeah, 2 years, year and a half, 2 years,
something like that. So across from the lab on Bradley,
Green Valley
Drive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
684 Green Valley Drive.
684 Green Valley Drive. And what's the date of the event?
It's the 6th of August,
August
isn't it?
7th.
August 7th. I'm glad Clay's here. August 7th, and it starts at 6 p.m.
Yeah, 6 to 8. The only reason I can remember that is because we got an event the day before, too.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, you're doing something big.
So this will be next Sunday.
Yeah.
And what's the plan there? What age groups are you open to, and what's the plan? What are we going to do that day?
Yeah, so it's any age group. Really, it's for families. We're going to give away some, I think something that's really valuable right now, some gas cards.
There you go.
For some drawings, we're going to give away an Xbox and I think an Oculus. Is that right? In some drawings, there'll be water slides. Game stations, kind of like a little bit of a carnival feel, and we're going to have some free hot hamburgers, I think, and
hamburgers, hot dogs.
Hot dogs. We got a snow cone truck coming.
Yeah,
right?
David Pope.
Poppy's Polar Ice.
Poppy's Polar Ice is going to be there.
There you go.
Yeah.
We're going to have the volleyball net set up for the older kids if they want to come and play volleyball, and
yeah, all the things.
First Assembly is loaning us their dunk tank, so I'm going to be sitting in a dunk tank for at least part of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is not a fundraiser; it's a give back event.
That's exactly right.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
A lot of times you'll go to these and it ends up being a fundraiser, but that's not the case. The case of this is you want to reach out to the local moms and dads and youngsters that may not have a church home. Those are the kind that you really want, but your church family will be there to welcome them with open arms and to have a day or an evening of just fun.
Yeah.
Get to know some of the kids that you're going to be in class with, and just have a good time.
Yeah, and I want to stress too. This is really important to me. We're not looking to take anybody from their current church. There's a lot of churches here. A lot of people are faithful to go to their churches, and we don't want to. We're not looking to do that. We're looking, if anyone wants to come to the church that doesn't have a home, we'd gladly accept them. But
this is not a recruiting event.
That's exactly right, and I want to make sure and put that out there, because there's a lot of pastors in town that work hard to be there for their people, and just because we're giving away hamburgers and hot dogs doesn't mean we want necessarily for you to quit where you're going and come to us, because we're not always going to give away hamburgers and hot dogs
right
just on that day. So but it's for a lot of people that don't have a place, and just to again let them know about who we are and what we do and what we stand for.
And so if no matter what denomination you are or what church you may go to, go check this out at the Table Community Church here in Mountain Home on August the 7th from 6 to 8. And again, make it real simple. You're hoping that there will be children of all ages that come, and they may meet someone that will end up being their classmate. And sometimes those relationships are what starts a friendship that will last throughout school. I was invited to one back in the mid-'70s. wasn't a churchgoer, wasn't attending anywhere. And this young lady asked me, she said, my mom or dad are making me go to this thing. Would you go with me? And I asked my mom and dad, and they said, sure, you can go. And I went with them. And her and I were friends until she graduated. We weren't boyfriend, girlfriend. We were just friends.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd never known about that group of folks. And that coming to find out, they had a large youth group that met every Friday after a football game. And I'd never known about that group without going with her that day.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a good time. And when you get invited to something like that, you ought to just go check it out. You never know what it's going to turn into.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right.
7:30, we're going to take a quick break. We're with Clay Patterson, Phillip Gomez from the Table Community Church. Be back in just a moment.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Overhead Door, a garage door company that has been with your family from the beginning, through all the ups and downs of life. From the small repairs to making your vision a reality. Overhead Door, your trusted garage door expert since 1921. Be sure you're getting the genuine, the original overhead door service.
Call Overhead Door Company of North Arkansas today in Mountain Home.
At Serendipity Bliss, we love turning your day into a once-in-a-lifetime memory by offering unique, beautiful, and specialized event and wedding rentals that can transform any atmosphere into something you will never forget. Whether it's your dream wedding, a golden anniversary, sweet 16 party, or a company event, we can make any event blissfully perfect. Serendipity Bliss carries unique specialty gifts and bridal jewelry and helps coordinate decor, table items, theme-related pieces, and more. Make your day blissfully perfect with Serendipity Bliss, located behind Car Care Mountain Home.
Scrap Daddy's Metals is a full-service scrap recycling center accepting your scrap metals for recycling, paying you top dollar for all of your recyclable metals. They even buy cars and catalytic converters. Give them a call today at 870-424-6120 or visit them at 2821 Highway 5 North in Mountain Home.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. This morning my guests are Phillip Gomez and Clay Patterson, the Table Community Church, and they have an event scheduled. It's a back-to-school party, and everyone is invited. It's going to be August the 7th at 6 o'clock at their church. Clay, what's your involvement with the Table, and how long have you been going there? And let's just talk about, you've got 3 kids.
Mm-hmm.
All of them have graduated from Mountain Home High School, and you're going to be empty nesters. You're going to look
Very
to foster
soon.
Some kids or something, or just to keep that nest not so empty?
You know, it's funny because my wife, Marika, she, not very long ago, I don't even know if I think maybe Riley and Brody had just graduated, so just the end of this past May, she looked at me one evening and she goes, "You think we should foster some kids when we move out?" I'm like, "Honey, will you just
give it a week?
Give it a week. Like, just let's settle in a little bit, and then we'll go from there." But
life is so much different when the kids are gone.
No doubt.
And we raised 4 here. From all of our kids graduated from Mountain Home. It was the biggest pay raise I'd ever got in my life. It's when my 2 boys graduated high school and moved on.
Absolutely.
The grocery bill just went shoo. It was awesome.
Yeah, that's why we're gonna have to learn how to cook for 2.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the trick, I think.
You never will.
Probably not.
Our youngest is 30, and we still cook way too much.
Yeah. No, my wife and I, she was brought up in church. Her dad was a pastor for many years.
Where
out on the East Coast.
Okay.
And then when they moved back to Missouri, Ozark County. He had a little home church.
Your wife is from Gainesville area, right?
Yeah, she grew up there from the time she was about 12 years old on.
Okay.
But after we got married and started having kids, we ended up at a church in Branson. Was there for about 10 years, drove over there every Sunday for about 10 years. And as the kids started getting a little bit older, we realized, we really need to get them in a home church where we live, so that whenever they are in the hallways at school, they have familiar faces from church, people they can talk to and pray with. And so that's what really made our decision to find a church here locally. And we did, and I think about 2015 or so. Eventually, brought on as elders there. Led a youth group for a little while there.
Where are you from, Clay?
I grew up in Gainesville.
Okay.
Originally from Texas, but I pretty much grew up in Gainesville my whole life. Led a youth group there for a little while, and it's become home. And then 2020, I guess, we had pastor resign, and went on the search for a new pastor. Phillip called me one day and was like, "Hey, I heard you guys are looking for a pastor." He said I'd like to just extend some help. Like, if you guys need any help, I'd like to help out if I can.
That was the start of 2020.
Yeah, it was around.
I had known the previous pastor, and I went and did I did the first men's breakfast of the year
Mm-hmm.
February of 2020.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know they had stuff going on. I was just doing what I did. So I did call Clay and say, "Hey, if you guys need me to help you for a few Sundays or whatever, let me know."
So it's been a few, huh?
It's been a little, yeah.
Yeah, and I asked him, I said, "So are you interested in pastoring a church?" He's like, No. He said, "I'm just going to help." But it was pretty evident after a couple of Sundays of him coming and guest speaking that everybody there kind of fell in love with him and his wife, and we really felt like he was the guy.
It's easy to be I think it'd be easier to be a pastor in a big city over a small town, because I'm a pretty regular guy, I'm not like I don't know, everybody knows everybody here, and it's hard to be normal when you're in a small town and people know that you pastor a church or help co-pastor a church. And I think that was really the most nerve-wracking part about all this, because I did grow up here, and people they have memories.
Yeah, they think they know you.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I don't care how rough you are on the outside, people don't know what's on the inside.
Yeah, that's right.
And I don't care what your past is, they have no idea what your future is.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So how long have you been involved in church life?
Man, I grew up in church. I grew up in church here in Mountain Home. There's an old church going out towards, I guess that'd be west, on 62 back in the day. It was called Living Word Church.
Mm-hmm.
It's out past Big Creek on the left. It's a Baptist church now.
It's the bridge now, or something like that.
Something like that, I think. Yeah, by that Dollar General out there. Yeah, out that way, yeah. So we grew up, my family, mom, sister, and brother, grew up going to church there, and it's just, my mom, really had an interesting sort of conversion, I guess, if you will, story, and really radically changed her. And my mom was also here from Mountain Home, and she was a young mom, and just the Lord really touched her, and it just sort of transcended into everything that she did. And so when she had kids, that was a big part of our life. And so like every other kid, I was a mischievous guy and didn't do everything right, and made a lot of mistakes. And when I got out of high school, I moved to Kansas City, went to school over there, and sort of made a commitment to myself that I'm gonna really try this thing out and try to serve God and be who I say I am. And I was young and did that to the best of my ability, which wasn't great. And I finally got a little bit of it figured out, and was working at a church there in Kansas City, and that's where I met my wife. I was a youth pastor at a church there in Kansas City, and my wife was one of the leaders in the deal and the youth ministry, and the rest is history. If anybody knows me and my wife, they know that my wife got the better end of the deal.
Yeah, we weren't going to mention that on the air, Phillip, but now that you've brought it up, I'm going to call you out on that.
Yeah.
I think you're a lucky man. Mm-hmm. And you have children.
Yeah, I got 2 kids. I got on my son will be 12 next month, or actually next week. He turns 12 on the 6th. And my daughter is 9. They go to the Mountain Home Christian Academy, and my wife has worked there ever since we moved back here to Mountain Home in 2015, I think, 2014. And so my wife loves it here. We used to, when we were living, after we got married, we lived in Dallas, and we'd come up here for Thanksgiving and 4th of July and all that. And my wife fell in love with the area, and we were trying to look for somewhere to be, because we were at a church, and really my wife worked for a church that we were at in Dallas, and we were really involved, but we just felt like we had a move coming and didn't want to be in the big city, and so glad we hadn't been in the big city in the last 2.5 years. Would rather be here in Mountain Home, where sensibility seems to prevail still, and so we've been back here, I guess I was at 6 years now or something like that, almost 7, and love it here, and I never really thought we were going to be pastors of a church. Thought we might come here and help a church and just get involved and be a family, and but this is for 20 years. Just to answer your original question, this is what this has been our life, serving in churches and all that has been our life for the past 20 years. I haven't again always done it well, but I think I'm like anybody else. I have a real that knows God and loves God. I have a real heart to serve God, and I'm glad for people that can overlook humanity sometimes and just see the genuine desire to be a follower of Jesus and not be perfect.
There you go.
Clay,
you've got 3 children?
Mm-hmm. Gracie's my oldest. She's fixing to go into her final year at U of A. Riley and Brody are twins that just graduated. Riley's going to be going to Wichita, going to be running cross country and track for them and getting her degree in kinesiology.
This guy.
I'm the guy that leaves his phone on.
We're on TV, Pastor Clay.
So anyway.
And Brody's going to play football?
He's going to play football at Evangel.
Where's Evangel?
It's in Springfield.
In Springfield.
Yeah, Wichita's in Arkadelphia, so my wife and I are going to spend the fall running a triangle from Springfield to Fayetteville to Arkadelphia. Going to be a little busy, I guess.
And Mrs. Patterson, I know you're watching. There's no time for foster children yet.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're going to be making that triangle quite a bit.
That's exactly right.
And it's going to be a good time.
Yeah.
How tied in were your kids into a church? And what do you feel the importance of that was for them?
It's interesting because by the time we came back, we served in a church over in Branson. We served there in their children's department for a while, 3 or 4 years at least, maybe 5, I don't know. When we came back here, it wasn't long being back here that we were pretty heavily involved in church. And then we became youth pastors, and they have grown up in church. They've been
part of mom and dad being in church meetings all the time for years, and they know and love God. But I can tell you from experience, it's not easy for kids who have parents in church leadership. That's not an easy row to hoe.
Mm-hmm.
But they've done really good at it. I'm proud of them. They, like I said, they love the Lord, and yeah.
And with that, we'll take a break. You're watching the morning show on XL7-TV. We'll be back with the Table Community Church.
At Letty's Mexican Restaurant, we are here to keep you safe during these difficult times, as well as serve you the best Mexican food in the area. That's why we've installed a convenient pickup window for all your to-go and pickup orders, as well as a covered outdoor seating area. Give us a call at 870-435-2532 to order your next meal. And don't forget, Letty's also provides catering for small parties or big events. Experience the best in Mexican cuisine. Letty's in Gassville. Close to Lake Norfolk and a short journey to Jordan County Line Liquor is your destination for all your refreshment needs. They offer the widest variety of all your wines, beers, and liquors with the cleanest atmosphere and the largest selection in the area. Not sure what to get? Ask Jordan County Line Liquor's friendly and knowledgeable staff for an expert recommendation you can't go wrong with. Also, don't forget about the Smoker's Den for all your smoking and accessory needs. That's Jordan County Line Liquor, close to Lake Norfolk, located on Highway 177 in Jordan, Arkansas.
Ever been in a cave before?
It's our first time.
All right.
Where are you going?
I'll see you at the car!
How will we?
The car! Your offer has been accepted. Ever bought a house before?
It's our first time.
All right.
Where are you going?
I'll see you at the closing.
But how will we?
The closing!
It's a matter of taste, and at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home, delicious taste is all you will find. Enjoy signature crafted pizzas and appetizers, as well as oven-baked sandwiches, quesadillas, salads, pastas, and desserts. When it comes time to relax or meet up with friends, Brick Oven Pizza has you covered. Handmade cocktails and ice-cold beer are always available at their fully stocked bar. No time to dine in? No problem. Call in your order and use Brick Oven's convenient drive-thru window for all your to-go orders. It's a matter of taste at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home.
Have you ever?
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. Phillip Gomez, Clay Patterson, the Table Community Church. They're holding a back-to-school party, and you are invited. The back-to-school party will be held at their church, which is located at 684 Green Valley Drive. If you don't know where that's at, it's just the other side of Auto ACS, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right behind it, yeah.
Auto ASC, Auto Services Corp. Go to Green Valley Drive, make the right, and there'll be a number of churches, and look for the one that says the Table. You have a nice sign up front.
We do, and it's true. There are a number of churches back. I think you passed 7 churches on the way to ours.
Probably,
yeah. So there's quite a few there.
Just to make sure people understand that this is not a church service.
No.
You're not getting invited to a revival. You're not getting invited to some secret meeting of the Hoochie Coo. You are being invited to a back-to-school bash.
Yeah.
And that's what it's going to be. It's just going to be a back-to-school party for all age groups, from preschool through first year in college, probably.
Yeah, for all the kids and the families. And I forget, we're getting 3 big water slides, I think?
Yeah, we've got 3 inflatable water slides.
Yeah, from
SNL.
SNL, yeah. And so those will be super fun. And those can hold adults. And so if you like to get wet and have a good time, man, it's not just for the kids. I want to make sure and stress that it's for the whole family. We figured we could get some families to come by if we convince their kids they might be able to win an Xbox or an Oculus. And
it's amazing how much influence those toys have on kids.
That's exactly right.
And therefore the influence has on the parents, because they've got to get a ride.
Yes, and as much as I don't like those things, I mean, my kids, they have those game systems, and they still draw me. Even if we don't want them to use them, kids still want them. And so anyway, we're excited to give. I think that's a good giveaway, and the gas cards are a good giveaway, even though gas prices are falling a little bit.
Until they get below $2.69 a gallon, they're not falling. They're just correcting themselves.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's what is it? The 7th at 6 o'clock, I think, is the day.
7th at 6 o'clock from 6 to 8 at the Table Community Church, 684 Green Valley Drive.
Yeah, and you mentioned too. I wanted to say this. You mentioned that you watched our service yesterday online, and we sent off Brody and Gracie, Clay's two kids. Gracie, the oldest daughter, and Brody, the son. They're going back to college, and we always like to do a little bit of a blessing service for the kids. We're also doing that on the 14th of August for all of the school age kids. So if you don't have a church home, I want to invite you guys to anybody out there that doesn't have a church home that has school age kids and wants to make sure they send their kids back to school with a blessing or a covering. We'd like to make sure that they know they're invited to come on the 14th. It's all a part of really just this idea, of giving back to the community a little bit and saying thank you, but also letting people know if you don't have a home, a church home, or a community really to belong to, come and hang out with us. We like to think that, we're about as normal as you can get, but, just welcome anybody, no matter where they found themselves in life, if they're at the top or the bottom.
Probably one of the only things I ever heard Hillary Clinton say that made sense to me was it takes a village.
That's right.
But it takes a good church.
Yeah.
And we have a number of them here.
Absolutely.
I'm not singling out any single one of them.
Yeah.
We have a great number of good community-involved churches in our area, whether it's a Baptist or a Pentecostal or a Methodist or whatever, non-denominational, whatever. Find one, tie into it, be the best you can be by helping them, and let them help you.
Speaking of a village, whenever Riley and Brody graduated high school, we had a big crawfish boil at the house and invited, a lot of people and whatever, and had a really great turnout. Was blessed by all the people that turned out for that. But when it came time for Marique and I to get out of there and get to the football stadium for graduation, when we walked out the door, we were literally like, guys, we got to go. I'm sorry, you can stay and have fun if you want, but we have to go. And when we got home that night, our yard was clean, our house was clean, everything was put away. Like, we walked back into a clean house, and it was our primarily our church family that stayed behind and took care of everything.
What makes you think that's special?
Oh, man.
You could do that anywhere in the country.
No, man.
And now look, you could have a party like that in Chicago, Illinois, and you could come home to a clean house. There would be no furniture, there would be no television.
There'd be nothing, right?
Yeah. But it is special. And it is a special group of people that do things like that. And we live in a community that does that kind of stuff. Scooter brought up the fundraiser for the Robertson and Medical Fund and the Grandma's House. The fire department, police department had a ragball game Saturday night at 7 over at McLean Park. They raised $4,200. Their goal was $2,000.
Oh, wow.
You had to park on both sides of West Road, and the complex was completely full, and Hackler's parking lot was full.
That's awesome.
Of people attending this event. Those are the things that make our community special.
Yeah, that's amazing.
The event that you guys are having is a back-to-school bash on the 6th at the Table Church.
7th.
We have an event on the 6th. We'll talk about that in a minute, too.
Yeah.
On the 7th, at your church, that is something special going on.
Yeah.
And it's probably not going to be the only one.
Probably not.
There'll probably be another church pop up and do something similar to it.
Yeah.
And that's fine. Go to them all.
Yeah, 100%. Go enjoy them all. Yeah, go enjoy them all. That's what these churches, that's what we're here for, man. That's why we exist, is to, be the, just bless people in this community. I went to, when I was a kid, I said I graduated here from high school, and every Friday night after a football game, I was at the Methodist church at their after party thing that they would have, or at any other church in town on any given Sunday, because to your point, it takes a village, and all these churches had really great, outreach opportunities for kids that were in high school and in junior high, and even for younger kids. But big part of my life, man. Made a lot of friends in doing all that, and I think that's why the church exists. I think I'm not a big label guy, and I think we spend too much time labeling the kind of Christian that we are by denomination rather than just people. You know what I mean? That share a common belief in Jesus.
You made mention earlier about people's backgrounds and not being able to be a normal guy. Mm-hmm. And when your kids are walking through the hallways at the junior high or the high school, and they may see little Tommy in that atmosphere, but when you run into the same little Tommy at the church, he's a totally different person. That doesn't mean that he's a hypocrite.
Right.
It means he's not comfortable at school being able to express who he really is. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah.
And that's part of the shell that needs to be broken away. They need to know that they can be the same on Sunday, the same on Monday through Saturday as they are on Sunday.
That's right.
But they're afraid they're going to get ridiculed by being that person that they are on Sunday, Monday through Friday at school.
Well, we have a hard time doing that as adults, man.
Absolutely.
I mean, we want to. Adults have a hard enough time, holding the standard, and it's not because they don't want to hold any sort of standard, and whatever that standard is, I'm not the judge of that. I know there's things and principles that we should live by, and they're very clear, but I think we judge the wrong things as people, I guess is what I'm trying to say. You said it earlier, it doesn't matter what, people will never know what's really inside of your heart, and it's not our job to try to figure that out. I love them. I always say this, I love the show The Chosen. I don't know if you guys have had a chance to watch that, but it's a great show, series that you can stream. And one of the things that this guy is portraying Jesus, he's talking to Peter, and he basically, and I'll paraphrase, says, hey, our job is to go catch as much fish as we can. We'll let the Father sort them out later.
You bet.
It's not our job to sort them out now. Let's just go catch them.
Yep. Clay, there's some other community involvement things that go on, and one that will start coming up on the 19th of August is Meet You at the 50.
Yeah, that was something that when Coach Airy came on with the Mount Home Bomber football, he kind of implemented our steak dinner fundraiser that we do that's coming up on the 6th. But something else that he also did in West Plains was and I can't remember if it was named this or something else, but what we call it is Meet Me at the 50. And the way it got started was there was a player on a Friday morning. He was a quarterback from West Plains, and he was really nervous about the game. He was out on the 50-yard line. His dad saw him out there, went out there and said, what's going on? He said, man, I'm just nervous about tonight. And he said, well, let's pray about it. And from that moment, it grew into every Friday morning they'd go out and they'd pray at the 50-yard line, and then other students and players started getting involved. So what we do is on Friday mornings, the football team, parents, other students, athletes, whoever wants to get involved, we meet at the 50-yard line, and we have local churches that come out, like youth pastors and such, that will come out and they'll give a little 10-minute talk and pray with the team, and then usually that church feeds the team breakfast. So they've got a good breakfast on Friday mornings getting ready for football.
And that'll start on August the 19th at the Bomber Fest game.
Yes, sir, I believe so.
What time of the day does that happen?
The Meet Me at the 50?
Yeah.
We're usually out there by 7:45 or
7:45-ish? Sounds good. The gist of the conversation this morning was we wanted to promote the back-to-school party, and you are invited. There will be water inflatables, games, food, snow cones, and more. They'll be giving away a lot of great prizes, including gas cards, some gaming systems. You can RSVP through Facebook on their event page. You take a chance on winning a $100 gas card. This is going to be held at the Table Community Church, 684 Green Valley Drive here in Mountain Home, Arkansas. 201 North, turn right on Green Valley Drive, and you'll be there. Gentlemen, we appreciate you taking the time to join us this morning. We'll be looking forward to see how this went. Thanks for joining us. You've been watching The Morning Show on XL7-TV. See you tomorrow.